Good evening, Speedgaming 4, or maybe it's super early morning for you. I don't know. Good day. Hello. And welcome to the Link to the Past Randomizer. This is a Speedgaming Live 2023. This is going to be our part of the online spoiler tourney. We're going to play and race between mooglecharm and Amarith. Yeah, so I'm Radical Sniper 99, joined tonight by Power to Mario with Pixcaliber tracking. How's it going, Mario?
Doing well. The winner of this match is going to make it into the official, I would say, official bracket stage against Relkin. But the bigger question on my mind is, what other forms of hello are you willing to say to everybody, Jesse?
Guten Tag.
I was waiting for the next variation of hello to come out at the very beginning.
So yeah, you're saying, this is a play-in race of sorts. This tournament has a little bit of a different structure. The only requirement to be in the tournament was to run 2 of the qualifier races. Everybody who ran 2 qualifiers got a spot in the tournament, broad speaking. The thing is that after that, we wanted to get down to, or they want to get down to a 16-person bracket. So there's a bunch of little play-in races. So it's like the top 9 people were guaranteed top 16, and then from 10 on to however many are all playing play-in races. So this is one of those play-in races. Winner, as we said, gets Relkin, but the other thing that happens is you are guaranteed a spot, or it becomes double elim, actually. So this is a single elim best of 1. Winner in, loser out. After today, races will be double elim. So you lose and you get sent down to the loser's bracket, but you're not eliminated from the tournament altogether.
Right, so you get at least 2 matches in the bracket stage if you can get past the play-in part.
Exactly.
So I think the 2 of us are advancing to bracket, so the 2 of us get our own 2 races at the very least. So that's fun. Yeah.
Both of our runners doing the Sank start here. If you've never seen a spoiler open, the way this mode works is you get a file, or you get your ROM, you set up that, and then right at the word go, you have 15 minutes. During those 15 minutes, you can study the log. The log will tell you everything. Crystal pendant layout, medallions, tiered tree pulls, bush crabs, how many digs it takes to do dig game. All that kind of stuff is all open for you to find out. So our runners will take those 15 minutes and build the best route they can.
And if you happen to be watching one of these runners during one of these spoiler log races, you get to hear the frantic keyboard smacking as you try to isolate all of those important progression items, figure out what prizes and items you want to prioritize first, and try to build the fastest way to win the game.
Yeah. So you're seeing those little optimizations to start, both of our runners looking for that money. Moogle setting up for, it looked like a tier 3 tree pull or tier 2 tree pull, while Amarith picked up a couple of the red 20s. Both of them getting that Cane of Samaria. I will say I didn't look over the log for tonight, so it's a bit going to be of a surprise to me.
Same. Yeah, I imagine that rupee pull might be setting up for, it could be a safety item on Bottle Merchant, or it might be a progression item. I wouldn't be surprised if it was like
the crystal pendant, by the way. Our green pendant is in pod, ice, and turtle rock are our other pendants. And then our 5-6 crystals tonight are swamp and thieves. In terms of our medallion requirements, we will need a Bombos medallion for Turtle Rock and the Ether medallion for Misery Mire.
Wow, we've already got both canes visible, bow and hookshot. So we might see maybe an early Eastern Palace play, perhaps.
Yeah, there's going to be a few things we try to prioritize. Boots, A sword is nice, but yeah, the boots are huge. Mobility can make a big difference. And the fact that we haven't really rushed anything in particular besides CAC tells me that those boots might not be as close as we'd hope for.
Yeah, it could be a while. Could be Dark World at the very least before we see him.
I just searched for where they are. Oh, this is a mean seed, Mario. My curiosity got the best of me, and I do not envy our runners tonight.
It's standard fare for spoiler, feels like.
This is the ambrosia seed that we used to joke about that would cause people to forfeit instantly.
Oh man, we might be getting a guaranteed item on every boss. Is that what you're saying?
No, I can't say that much. I can only say GT boots.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
So spoilers. Don't tell everybody.
I mean, I get it. A lot of people, we've had some very mixed emotions about the routing of this mode, or the information provided to our viewers in this mode. Some people want to know it all. Others say, don't tell me.
Okay. Some divergence in the route here. Amarith's going to Saha, maybe even going to Eastern right away, while mooglecharm is heading to South Shore. I like the South Shore move if maybe there's some extra, there's extra heart container or some sort of extra weapon or rod even.
Yeah,
I like
that glove,
the fire rod.
The glove out of the back, or the Saha's closet, for Amarith to go right over back to Sanctuary to hit back of escape is an interesting choice here. Nice little magic drop for Moogle there, getting the full magic.
Oh, it's a back of it's a sewers play. Back of escape. So maybe Master Sword or Lamp.
I'll be curious because the fact that we didn't go right into Eastern, magic powder, interesting. That's always a double-edged sword kind of deal. Is like, is this a play for safety or a play for stuff?
Yeah, maybe it's a stuff play. Maybe we might get a magic bat later. Has our ice rod or something stupid.
If we need an ice rod, we got bigger problems than this one. Turtle Rock being a pendant, I really hope we didn't need to get an ice rod sometime.
So ice rod play. Actually cannot remember the last time I played a spoiler where I had to come here. No, well, there you go.
That's required.
Yeah, kind of need it.
So yeah, if you've never seen the log itself, what this kind of does or incentivizes, or the organization of a spoiler lock, it starts off with the dungeon prizes. So you find out the crystals in your pendants. You get a little bit of a section detailing the medallions as well as some of the bottle refills. And then it's dungeon by dungeon. So Hyrule Castle all the way through GT. It tells you what every dungeon has in its chest. So knowing the dungeon layout becomes really important. After that is the Light World checks. So that is everything not on Death Mountain and Light Worlds, or almost everything that you would expect in a Light World designation. That does not include stuff like the Smith or the Purple chest. Those are originating in Dark World. So they're under the Dark World tab. But after Light World is the Death Mountain, which is all the Light DM checks. And then Dark World, which is both Lower and Dark Death Mountain.
Yeah, that hook shot to the crab earlier from Amarith, that was a little
scary.
Yeah, it was pretty spooky.
Yeah.
Okay, so all right, both runners angling for the Dark World portal near Kakariko Village, it looks like.
And Moogle is just hitting every search cone. And I love this part of Spoiler Open for this tournament. If you didn't know, we will have cams for all of our runners throughout the races of this tournament that get restreamed. So do pay attention, because you will see the head shakes, the anger, the misery that comes with having to deal with this mode.
And hopefully some laughs with some heads being thrown back.
Yes.
Like, yeah. But it's spoiler lock, so there's not really any surprises, but I don't know.
The sigh of, oh, really, game, you did that to me tonight. But a lot of divergence here. I will say, Amarith, only getting the powder. Moogle skipping it almost tells me that this might have been just a safety play on her part. And there's the flippers over on Moogle's side, so... And we're just not even touching Vu right now. Amarith's like, yep, later.
Where's the hammer at?
And why don't we want to clear Thieves Town? What's in that big chest?
Holy moly, where are we? Are we going to the catfish? Or is this a forced pod dip?
I mean, we just pulled a book off of Stumpy.
Oh gosh.
And I do love this divergence here. Amarith going south route.
South route the hype.
Yeah, this would indicate probably a hype play.
Maybe
with
we're
Moogle heading for
to
catfish.
the tablet.
Oh, not even catfish. This is pyramid.
What is happening? Right, so at the beginning of the spoiler log race, when both runners hit go, they each get their log immediately, and they get 15 minutes from that point to review.
Oh god, this is so scary, Amarith!
Just pop the bomb!
Oh my gosh. Oh, this is... She's set up for the tree pull, okay.
Just... do it.
Whew. Okay, so Moogle didn't even go for the pyramid. This is pod. Green pendant pod without a hammer. Okay, Hype Cave giving us some health, some extra bombs, which is nice. There's that Ether medallion and some more bombs. Ether is our Myra medallion, so we do need that tonight.
Going for the medallion that early.
Oh, Amarith needs money.
Oh, didn't go for the early tree. Well, that early tree pull helped mooglecharm quite a bit. Getting that pod money. Because I don't think we spent that at the bottle merchant.
I think we did. I could be wrong. But there's Amarith's money now, so... And if this is a play to pod, I'm assuming we're going to see her go for the splash deletion over here on Dark Lake Hylia.
Oh, the heart, okay. I love doing fake flipper here.
I just find that scary. Whew. And luckily that bomber enemy avoided or dodged her, so we're all good. Okay. So yeah, you're seeing both of our runners really focus in on this hook shot movement. You know, the more times you can get it, if you can hit this reliably, there are little time saves. We'll getting some extra money out of the rupee basement here in pod. I don't think we've seen any items, have we?
Nothing new, no. I don't see anything on tracker either. Anything new.
But it's in Harmless Hellway, and it's the...
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That makes total sense.
Yep. We do need a mirror. And
so
this is why we didn't see the Eastern play earlier, waiting for that mirror.
Is a hammer an Eastern? Are we going to see like a Eastern dip of hammer and then come back and finish pod?
I mean, it's pendant pod. Like. I think this was just I'm going to wait to do Eastern until I have to go here later. Because I'm already heading into pod.
Right. Yeah, especially in spoiler, it's really, really powerful to pair those close dungeons together, like Mire Desert, Pod Eastern, Swamp Ice.
By the way, I just gotta say, I love the script in the Nectar Dancer MSU over on Amarith's side. I will say Moogle's is equally a very hype MSU. It's the NES mix. I have used both of them, and oh, great works.
Yeah, I use the Cadence of High Roll one pretty frequently. Same devs, right? I think Crypt of the Necromancer made.
Same idea, just more Zelda-y themed on the Cadence side. So Mario, I mean, you and I both have been playing spoiler in this tournament as well.
Yeah.
How do you feel about reading a spoiler log, especially in these dungeons, with trying to know which item is which?
Yeah, I think the biggest challenge was just coming up with a method, a repeatable one, to always use to approach every single seed. And at first, during the tournament, having not really done a lot of spoiler, it was a little harrowing. You start a lot of runners when you're doing spoiler, like I've heard, when they're starting to play this mode, it's hard to get inside the 15 minutes. Sometimes, the first couple of runs, I would just bleed over 17, 18 minutes just to make sure that I had a route built. But then eventually you get settled in to a way of doing things, and then it just becomes low percent practice. If you really want to advance far in this tournament, doing low percent is really important.
Yeah, you're going to see this, especially like nothing against those of us who played in that opening round. The high bar of this mode really is something to see, and you're going to see a lot of these races get just more and more competitive as it becomes a question of how many more lines can I cut? How many more little things can I drop? Do I need that third sword? Are silvers too far away? Do I even have time for half magic or a bottle? Oh, I've got 4 hearts. So 4 out 5 hearts for Amarith and 4 for Moogle. Can I add in another? Like, these are questions that are very important to this mode.
Yeah, I think when it comes to safeties and spoiler, me personally, I've gotten to the point where my comfort level is something like at least blue red mail 4 hard or green mail 6 to 8 hard or something like that. You begin to understand what your limitations are depending on how the seed unfolds. Like, hey, you're gonna do an early cold stare. What's the minimum that you feel comfortable running that dungeon with? You need a bottle safety, or do you're going to get a half magic somewhere in between? You begin to start to think about those sorts of decisions as you're building your route.
Yeah. Now, I will say, Moogle gets that mirror out and graveyard ledge for the hammer. Oh, evil. I have to say, this mode always gives an extra appreciation for knowing where stuff is, because it makes it so that the seeds are not evil to you.
Yeah. Moogle got really rewarded getting that flippers early, being able to just full circle around to get that hammer. Amarith, I believe, does not have flippers, so we'll have to return to Skullwoods and then go back up to Graveyard Ledge.
Moogle can do exactly what he did last time as well. Or exactly, Amarith can do what Moogle did.
Oh, hookshot. I am so sorry.
Yeah.
You are correct. Yep.
I mean, honestly, I have to say, like, I kind of appreciate Moogle's route, though, doing that skull across the north. I think the only difference I could say you do there is maybe you current jump and skip skull for a bit. But given that Moogle's heading into swamp right afterwards, I won't be shocked if like a fire rod's here in swamp.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to what Amarith got the Aether Medallion out of Hype Cave. I mean, that was something that mooglecharm has yet to pick up. I assume that's going to be after Swamp Palace then. since Moogle's
Yeah,
going
so
to be in
we'll
Swamp.
see how this shakes out. Like, if Fire Rod's here in Swamp, Moogle's route was probably a little bit more appropriate in that sense. And the fact that Amarith's back at Sanctuary tells me, like, there's a decent chance that we're going to see a play into the Skull Woods area. That or Thieves Town, so...
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out earlier. It's strange. It was a little interesting that Amarith didn't end up doing the same thing that Moogle did. So I wonder what is over here. If there is anything in addition over here that maybe we haven't seen yet, or if this is simply just a less than optimal route construction. I've definitely had that happen before where, I know the order of operations I want to get my items, but maybe I haven't thought 100% through, what's the best way to get over to that place with as little movement as possible.
But Amarith coming up on her hammer while mooglecharm is doing the wraparound here in Swamp Palace, and there's the Fire Rod required double dip of Skull Woods here tonight.
All right,
we do have a hard container here in Swamp Palace, and we're not getting it. We are going to get something else very nice out of Swamp, though. Right here in Diver Down. A lamp!
Lamp and Swamp Palace seem a more iconic duo.
Usually a sword or a glove.
Everyone says there's always a sword in Swamp, and I just don't get it. I don't get it.
Ice Rod and Laser Bridge, there we go. Good job.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ruby.
That is a more iconic duo, that's true. Our crystals, right? We can do Hera now. We can do Desert Palace with the flute or the book. And Amarith does have the book. We also, I think, we don't need a Master Sword to open that, so we just need the book. Skullwood's Fire Rod. We're clearing Swamp now. Thieves Town's fine. So we just need the flute. And I think that's it as far as clearing the rest of the scene.
Yeah, I mean, a sword, of course.
Of course, the Master Sword, yeah.
I'd hope for something more than just one sword.
Yeah, it would be a shame if Master Sword Silverless was the end result of this scene.
I'll tell you, there's one sword that's not too bad. Actually, let me look at those swords again. So we already got the sword on Sick Kid. We've got one that's a little bit of a walk, especially because there's no boots, but I think it's worth your time. We've got one that's way out of the way, and an annoyance in this mode of low percent. I will say, like, given Moogle having the Cane of Burna, it's a possibility, but I don't know if I'd want to spend the time doing it. I see a sword in Spike Cave. So that's, to me, that's probably a no-go.
Yeah, this is one of the stranger parts of spoiler log or spoiler open races is if you have the opportunity to get stronger weapons, it's better to get them as early as you can in the seed to quicken all of the other boss kills and just make dealing with enemies less stressful and more straightforward.
Yeah,
but
I will say
sometimes it can be really hard.
Our late game, our Ganon equipment's not going to be too bad.
Yeah.
And you can see both of our runners heading over to Dig Game. We did mention this previously. Dig Game, you know how many digs it takes. So both of our runners know it's 2 digs for that Master Sword.
Hey, we get to take Jeremiah home.
Oh, man. I am shocked that we actually have a need for Jeremiah today. Oh, wait. I'm getting really concerned looking at this spoiler log.
Yeah, Flute is...
oh, no.
Yeah.
I won't say much, chat,
Well,
but...
it's unraveling before our eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we needed purple chest. Jeremiah was not the answer.
Is that going to reset the... Okay, good.
And as soon as you see what we get off of this purple chest, chat, you're gonna know what's coming, and you're gonna feel really bad because this is just something we got to do. Amarith's gonna have it first. It's the Bombos medallion, and if you're thinking, why does that sound so bad? If you don't remember, what's our TR entry medallion? It's Bombos.
It's the rule of Flute.
I think we've all had those days when that is there.
Medallion locks Flute and TR. Don't you know that?
Apparently. I do like this. Both runners going up for Death Mountain. So not only is this play for that Flute, but I think this is also just to say, you know, I want that sword probably in Spiral. And there's some other little goodies up here, so I like the play.
Yep, it's required. Any fast travel is good fast travel.
Yep.
Especially if we're not going to see boots.
Yeah, no. Boots are very late. We'll probably have them for the end of this game, but it's not going to be a lot of time with boots. Ooh. Yeah, there's some ability to skip the boots actually in this seed, but I gotta feel like you get them. But we'll talk about that as we come up on it.
Yeah, once you get the GT, like...
Yeah.
You had my head spinning, trying to figure out, what would be the situation?
Now, one thing that we haven't talked about that's really great about Spoiler, besides all the other reasons we just love this mode, you can actually watch the race. So not only can our runners be, you know, or play their game and see how they're doing, one of the other cool little things about this mode is you can watch your opponent or watch us talking about this. So if you're not already stressed out enough, you can watch the race and see how you're doing.
And listen to our riveting commentary. Hi, Amarith.
Yes.
Hi, Moogle. Notice us. Do you, Jesse, do you personally watch the other racer? Because I personally do not. I find it difficult to try to focus on execution and also keep tabs on my opponent at the same time.
Given that for my own setup, my second monitor is where my log is and my route, I really cannot look away from it.
Yeah, I've got a pretty identical setup, so
yeah. I will say, Amarith did pick up the silver arrows out of Hookshot Cave and is going for the cape here on Floating Island.
I like it.
Yeah, playing for the safeties. You know, this mode is a lot about knowing yourself in some regards and being able to say, I need this to get through. And so Because, you know, part of it can be like I have to just go for it, and the other part of it is maybe I gotta play a little safe at moments.
And if we do see a Master Sword Silver's ending, that cape should come in handy. We'll make the first couple phases quicker.
But I will say, I think after Moogle finishes here, I think it's going to be a play for those silver arrows. Because, let's be honest, who's the scariest boss in this mode?
The tracker.
Interesting take. I was thinking more of an actual dungeon.
Always love to say that.
It's Vidi. It's Vitreous. By far the scariest boss of this mode. So I think with us having to do Mire in this race, I'd be shocked if we do not see silvers on Moogle's side as well.
Yeah, it totally makes sense to go get your arrows up here, especially since you're getting your flute.
Yeah, there's our flute.
Then you've got Desert Palace boss, so that'll be faster too. Both of those bosses.
Yeah. So, like, in many ways, I like Moogle's route a little better here. To say, you know, let me go into Turtle Rock. Amarith climbed Dark Death Mountain and then had to mirror back and forth a lot to get into TR, where Moogle's been able to kind of just go and do a very traditional route. Oh, yeah. Unfortunate there, and you could see a little bit of frustration, understandably. This dungeon is always one of the most dangerous. You know, when you come into this in most runs, even for a rando player, we're talking 10 hearts plus already.
Yeah, Greenmail Dark World just hurts.
Yeah. And yeah, here we go. There's this Spiral Cave play that I was thinking we'd get, and this is going to be our Tempered Sword, so...
Yeah, Moogle also had the Fire Rod.
The
Turtle Rock as well.
Yeah, Amarith, having not done Swamp Palace yet, was Fire Rodless for her play in here.
Right. Yeah,
I mean,
Tempered... another... Yeah.
I mean, I understand the desire to wait on Swamp before getting the extra sword. Like, it's a very smart play.
Yeah, it definitely makes Argus easier. It makes some of those nasty enemies in the lobby easier to deal with. Tempered Sword, though. That's very nice. Very comfy.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at Moogle's equipment right now, pretty good. 6 hearts. And we're going to head into Dark World and then Mirror probably to activate that flute.
Yeah, I'm curious to see where the mail is. I'm opening up the log now to check that out.
We're going to get one.
I sure hope so.
No, we're definitely getting an armor.
Oh, you're forced to.
Yeah, one of the armors is free.
No, that's great. You get it pretty early on, and honestly, I would probably, if it were me, I would probably do one dungeon first over the other.
And yeah, you can sense a bit of annoyance here with these chomps. Amarith breaking out that cape she picked up off of Floating Island.
It's the best item in the game. What can you say?
Yep.
Cat Jam.
Does Amarith have enough magic here for Bombos? No, just not enough. But does get that pokey down, just has to get to the chest.
Anti-fairies, leave us alone. Oh man, Amarith going for that pizza. Oh man.
And there's our flute.
What's your favorite pizza, Jesse?
Pretty basic. I'll say pepperoni. That's always easy to get.
Honestly, the same. I do, however, pineapple is starting to grow on me. It's a little scary.
No, sorry.
It is very scary.
No, if I had a different kind of pizza, California chicken pizza.
Oh, was that like chicken and like Alfredo or white sauce?
No, it's like it has a more usually, it can still be tomato based, but it usually has like ranch on it and bacon and tomatoes.
Ooh.
But Amarith's going to actually go for Tower of Hera here, showing us, of course, bread pot.
I love me some potcoon.
Unfortunately, messing up the alignment a little bit. Going here now for the Raiden pot, it looks like, or one of the other numerous variations of Hera pot. This looks to be the classic double pixel perfect lineup.
Nice. We should be able to recover with the fairy and keep on moving. Yeah, we're in go fast mode. Got silver arrows. Well, one player has tempered sword, and we've got pretty much all the items we need. So
yeah, and what you're going to see is a lot of, at this point, it's a big question of just optimizing those little plays. There's little things you can do now. We don't get to talk about it a lot, but you can try to plan out these dungeons a little bit. So like you saw that with Amarith's play to not get Fire Rod for TR. We didn't need it because right side was just nothing. The small keys worked out that you could skip right side. Thieves Town has interesting implications where, like, if the small key's in the front of Thieves pretty easily, you could skip the hallway key. So there's a lot of that kind of micro optimization that we'll see in this mode. Amarith does take down Hera, though, for her second crystal, and it looks like she's going for Spike Cave.
I wonder if this is the other sword.
This is.
Oh, not on half magic.
We do have a bottle, so it looks like, yep, Amarith's going to take that back of torch spot safety, pop that green potion, and then finish it out.
I'll be honest, I had no idea that was a thing. So
yeah,
how does that work?
The backs of torches are just not spikes.
I gotcha. Okay. Today I learned.
Some people's headcanon is that Link is hanging on the torch there, just over top the spikes, so...
He's got one hand grabbing the top of the torch, frantically grabbing the bottle from the other hand.
Yes. I think in terms of like routing stuff with this one, I think there's a good argument that Moogle's route is probably the objectively correct one, because I think a lot of what, or at least how I would look at that is, I'd want to do Hera right before GT unless there's something in Hera. And given that we found nothing in Tower of Hera tonight, I think we can say that like Moogle's going to do it right before GT. Like, hello, that's my Crystal 7.
For sure. I always try to do Hera last if possible.
Yeah, so getting that sword out of Spiral Cave while a slow walk, I think works out a little nicer in the long run. But Amarith is in pretty much the same mode of just like, let's clear dungeons, and is going to hit up Swamp Palace now.
Oh, I think does Moogle have a gold sword? I think
No.
I saw gold. I thought I saw gold.
No, Moogle definitely skipped Spike Cave. And I can't see Moogle going for Spike.
My eyes deceived me. it might have been the sword beams, to be honest.
And we have switched audio over to mooglecharm and the NES mix, so a lot of great classic music. Oh, and Moogle forgot about the Ether Medallion, so this is a return trip for Hype Cave. You know, we had talked about that earlier, Amarith getting that really early, and we thought, you know, maybe Moogle gets that before or after Swamp Palace. Kind of just forgot about it. I will say Moogle's got a bit of a commanding lead right now, but, you know, that's still one of those things you don't want to have to do.
Yeah, it happens from time to time, but yeah, it's something that's going to be harder and harder to justify some of those smaller mistakes as time goes on.
Yeah, and those late, you know, as we were saying, these later matchups will continue to just get more and more dangerous and competitive. But Moogle into his last two dungeons before Hera. We're going to have that Mire and Desert play. You were saying Mire might, you know, you would go for the male first. We'll see how Moogle handles this. A couple of things to point out. We don't have boots for Spooky. We can still do it, but not fun.
Yeah, I mean, 7 heart, silver arrows. It's not a big deal, but and what you do save on is probably save another mirror portal by doing Mire first. I think it might also for me depend on how I've been doing as far as movement and avoiding hits. Like if I feel that I'm a little on edge and I'm not too certain of myself, then maybe I go for the male first instead of diving into a Dark World dungeon like Mire first.
Right.
All right, Moogle, take us to cutscene chest. Let's do it.
I mean, I would love to say that it's a possibility we pull that chest, but I can't imagine we are pulling big key chest in this seed.
Nope, back around.
Yeah, our big key is here in the main lobby. Now, Mario, there is something very nice in that big key chest. Did you look at what it is?
I did not.
That's our other armor.
Both of them over here in this area, huh?
Yeah, there's a forced armor in one other spot. Ooh, I like that play from Moogle. Very good knowledge saying I don't need to have that switch hit. So gonna get to save on one of the spookies.
Yeah, remind me, I don't think Moogle had Temperate Sword for the Swamp Palace play, but Amarith
did not fight her.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some inefficiency of route for Moogle in that sense. Like, Amarith had a lot of bounce back into the Village of Outcasts area a few times, which definitely hurts on that side of her route. But getting to have Temperate Sword is a nice little bonus. It looks like Moogle is not going to have Spooky. There are a couple of ways to set it up, even without those boots. If you put like an arrow on the screen, or a fire rod shot, or an ice rod shot, or even a boomerang, you can still pull off a Spooky. It's just a little bit hard given our current equipment. And it's definitely one of the lesser seen Spooky actions that you get in this game.
I'm paying attention to arrow count too, and I'm seeing. Oh, okay. Amarith's got more arrows now. Yeah, I saw Amarith with 9. I'm like,
yeah.
It's easy to lose focus on that too. I've done that where you go into a fight like this, and you're thinking, oh, I have to complete this seed as fast as I can. I can't stop. And then you forget, oh, I have these resources that I've really needed to make this faster, and now I've made it a more difficult situation. But looks like they're paying close attention.
Yeah, it's always kind of one of the lesser known parts of that log is right at the bottom. You know, we talk about tree pulls being great, so we got to see that tier 3 tree pull from Moogle, but right below it is the rupee crab stuff, as well as the stun prize.
Yeah.
And even the lesser known fish save. What is a fish save? It's when you throw a fish into the water, it gives you something. In this case, the fish save is a bomb. But yeah, knowing that the stun prize is 10 arrows, you know, that can really help a runner out.
I can't wait to find an excuse in an actual live race to do that fish save.
I think we saw one the other night, actually, in a race for this tournament.
That's cool. Now make it an item check.
Giving those side branch developers bad ideas. Coming to a side branch near you.
Fish sanity. Let's do it.
Oh, and unfortunately that range attack from the moth catching Amarith. Yeah, and in many ways, you know, we can talk about routing, but the big thing here tonight is the deaths.
Yeah, spoiler magnifies every decision you make, unfortunately. It is challenging. I like the setup here with the Gibdos, though. Making sure they're all on screen.
Yeah, I very frequently utilize that for, like, cross keys when I'm doing the bomb jump for the lamp. But definitely not something you see as often in normal modes. Meanwhile, Moogle into the land moles fight, gonna go with fire rod strats, even having so many arrows. A little harder to set it up without the boots.
Moogle, please.
I mean, hey, there's that free armor upgrade, by the way.
And
getting
Moth's
revenge on the
down.
Moth. Yeah.
A little high five between the runners, getting crystals. Quack.
Yes, holding things above your head with a flute is not a great thing.
Yeah, fluting's hard. Forehead.
Yeah, the duck doesn't like to have extra passengers. But yeah, Moogle's going to head up for Hera and then GT right afterwards. I'll be curious on this boots question, so let me present it to you folks. Here we go. We said those boots are in Ganon's tower. They're not hard to get. They are over in Dark Magician Room, so that is the left side. The only thing that, you know, could prevent you from saying you want to do it is the fact GT Big Key's really easy. It's in Hope Room.
Oh, I mean...
I think you still get boots.
Yeah. Boots, then Hope Room.
Hope Room, then boots even. I don't care which way you do it. And I mean, you kind of have to hit left side because Hope Room does not have a small key in this race. So, you know, DM Room does have a small key as well as the boots. So yeah, I think you definitely are going to do Hope over to get those boots right afterwards.
Boots are located past the torch on the left side in the room with the 3 Stealthos.
Also known as Dark Magician Room.
Yep.
And there's that other very common Hera pot method, the Raiden pot.
Now we just need a moon level and a Link to the Past.
And this is the joy of this, of being able to save Hera for the end. Like, it's just so quick. This is the sub-minute dungeon.
Easy game.
But that is 7 crystals for Moogle. Amarith is in her 5th crystal right now, but still has Desert and Mire left to go. And yeah, there you go. As soon as you get back into Dark World, the tower's opening.
Yeah, it's about almost in race time, 49 minutes so far, taking away 15 from the timer.
Yeah, you'll see this as kind of one of those subtle differences between how everybody runs their timers in this mode. Amarith and Moogle both started their clocks at 0 right when they got their spoiler logs. A lot of other runners will say, I'm going to do a negative 15-minute start timer, and then when they start moving will be 0. The race time room does it, as you were saying, where it's 0 is right when you get the log, so
right.
the race time will show 15 minutes higher. So there's that small key, and there's our boots.
Nice quick hooks from Moogle to stun those Stalfos. I'm going to take that one.
Amarith taking down Blind. Nice script there.
That's quick mimic room.
Yeah, unfortunately at this point I think Moogle is walking. Kind of a side effect of having a seat without boots for the whole time. You kind of forget that you have boots.
There you go. Yep, there's the head shake. Yes, the realization. It was at this moment Moogle knew he had boots.
But really cleaning up nicely in G1 there.
All right, Amarith, are you going to toss the bird?
I know Amarith, and I know she does bird tosses very frequently. We'll see what she does here.
Yes!
She does.
Yes!
The memes live, folks.
GG, forfeit Moogle. Amarith wins. You're done. It's too late.
I only knew that that was probably going to happen because for a main tourney qualifier a couple years ago, I think it was last year's main tournament, Amarith and I were on a restream against each other, and we both bird tossed for that qual, so well worth the time. But Moogle has been very nicely moving through this GT climb. You know, I noticed we never looked up that last important safety. Half Magic was also here in GT, by the way. And there was no way we were getting it.
I'm going to guess behind Armos.
Bob's chest. So right before it.
That's pretty close, yeah. Yeah, probably not worth the effort.
No. Yeah, that ice rod was also in GT behind Ice Hermos.
You're lucky, Trinox.
So while we had to dip a couple of pendant dungeons, we were definitely not killing that boss. But mooglecharm now entering into the Aga 2 fight. Nice start. I think that's a double. I don't think it was a triple.
Nice
That's a triple. Yep, that's a 2-3-1 over on Moogle's side.
Nice 3-cycle. Are we seeing a spooky?
Yeah.
Oh. Fancy.
I love seeing the alternate spooky setups because we don't get to see them as frequently because of, you know, the lack of boots. But it looks like, yeah, unfortunately lost it a little bit there, so...
Do you have to use Fire Rod in this room for that kind of spooky, or can you use Lamp?
No. Lamp will disable spooky. That's why if you wanted to do spooky for all of Mire with a lamp, at least hoping for Fire Rod to show up in Mire or something, you'd have to do like a boot stash or like a kick up the dust right before you lamp on every torch. It's kind of ridiculous. But mooglecharm into the Ganon fight. Ooh, takes a bat, but luckily... I gotta say, I love the fact, I think Amarith purposely set that up. Getting the item drops off the little eyes. I love that. Yes, we do have silver arrows, so this is going to be a really quick phase 4. Nice start. Oh, perfect setup for this triple. And there we go. That is a great kill by Moogle to finish off Ganon really quick. Get your GGs in chat for mooglecharm. Just has that bridge to cross now. And there we go. mooglecharm sealing the win here. Finishing with a race time of 1:10:54. So what? That's 55:54 in terms of actual gameplay time.
Yeah, mooglecharm will advance to the double elimination bracket and face Relkin in the first round.
I don't believe there's any reseeding. So... But I know who I can ask. Because I will say, Amarith, while a runner in this tournament, is also one of the organizers of the Spoiler Open tournament. So,
yeah, I think we had one of the round ones that was set in stone was Flip Heel and Vortex, and
yes, they were the they were the 8-9 matchup. So there was no way they were not playing each other in the first round.
That's fair.
But yeah, we'll see if Moogle joins us for an interview or anything. And Amarith definitely going for some of the fun things. If you didn't know, you can hook that door.
Yeah, thanks for the showcase. That's fun.
And it looks like Amarith is going to go for silver strats here. Ooh, that last one just got away. That third one got just away. But able to get the second one now. Still going to try to silver out this last one. And there we go.
Limo done.
For the good old blue mail. It does look like Amarith is going to continue to finish out this seed as she heads up towards Ganon's tower now. And we are now joined also by mooglecharm. GG.
Good game, Moogle.
GG's.
So, what'd you think of this one? Did you enjoy being bootsless for 50-ish minutes?
No. I did not. I mean, all the back and forth really sucked. It was kind of tricky to figure out how to get. So, like, there was a hard on bottle vendor, and I really wanted it because I thought I was going to be on like 4 or 5 for a while.
Right.
Well, how can I get enough money to still do pod and stuff? So, luckily, I was able to get a tier 3 without getting hit.
Yeah, that was a really nice start.
Yeah, that helped a lot. But like walking all the way to pod just to go back to Graveyard Ledge, then to go the swamp, and then walk all the way back. It was just like all this back and forth, which didn't feel good in the moment. But I don't really know if there was a better way. I'll be
that was the thing. We saw
some of the other people say.
Yeah, there was some very different routing between you and Amarith. I will say Amarith's route kind of hit the south route early, and waited to do swamp until much later with the tempered. So
yeah, I mean, I was debating. So like Skullwoods was in my mind clearly the first play to get the flippers, and it was just a question of, do you go south? And then it was like, well, then I gotta grab this smith. Like walking right by there, I gotta grab the smith, and I'm not gonna have the mirror, so I'm gonna have to come back here anyway.
Right.
And it just seemed like, all right, well, screw it. What's the fastest way to pod? And I think it was the north route.
Yeah, no, that was a good play. I think it worked very nicely. Yeah, I mean, I guess, your comfort level with the early swamp play on just a fighter sword, good kill. Not always a lot of fun to do that fight, but you got through it on just the fighter sword. So
yeah, I gotta practice my fire rod shots because those were terrible. But yeah, I mean, there's no real big difference in my mind between fighter and master, because you're still having to do the double spins, like, or you're grabbing 2 pots to do the spin anyway.
Right.
So it's like if you can get enough of the double spins in, the time difference is negligible in my mind. So
no, it's a fair assessment.
Yeah, so it's like I want to single dip the mountain if I can, and yeah, just getting the boss kill there and kind of looping that up really paid off. So yeah, if I didn't forget the stupid ether, that would have worked out nice.
Yeah.
Okay. We thought that was a little bit of a brain fart moment, unfortunately.
Yeah, it was on my list. Like, I'll make sure you do hype before swamp. And,
yeah.
I don't know. I was so focused on getting the fire rod, I just forgot about it.
Was it one of those gotta go fast moments? Like, oh, all right, I'm done with the dungeon. Next thing.
A little bit, yeah. I mean, I haven't played in, I don't know, a little over a week. I haven't done a spoiler in a little while, so I don't know, just a little bit of rust. I think I'll need to get some practice in before the next one. Relkin is he's a beast, so definitely gotta put a little bit of work in.
But I mean, on the plus side, you are part of the double elimination top 16 for this tournament now, so one race will not completely decide your fate either.
Yeah. I played against Relkin last year, and I remember like I was hanging tough for, I don't know, at least half the seed, and then he pulled away. But hopefully I can make it a close one. Yeah, it feels good to be in the double elimination for sure.
Well, maybe this is a little presumptuous, but what do you think you got to do to give yourself more of an edge in the coming round?
I don't know if I'll have any edge, but I'm just gonna have to go as low percent as I possibly can. It's the only way.
Was there any consideration with that tonight? I mean, I did see you skip out on that powder. That was one of the safeties that Amarith actually went for pretty early.
It was like a fairly rich seed, I thought. At least like a little bit later. There were 2 hearts in Paradox Cave, which I don't know if I actually considered it because I had 6 going up there and I knew I was getting the blue mail. And I was going to get to fight Vidi on silvers, and Like I originally wasn't planning on getting the Burna, but it was more for the money than anything. I wanted the 30 rupees in blind set up there, so Burna was kind of just a consolation prize at that point.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean the hearts that were available were rather free. You had the one at Night Cave, the one outside of the dam. Bottle Vendor had one. Turns out Pyramid had one. So if you wanted to get one from Ganon, you could. There were two in Paradox. So it's not like they were all in GT or Pendant Dungeons or something. So
right.
A lot of times that feels like that's the case, and you're just like, oh man, I'm not going to get more than 4 or 5. And that's when you really start to sweat.
I'll say, I mean, the free armor out of Desert was nice. Even the, not that I would expect anybody to ever get the red mail in this seed, but even that would have been roughly on path.
Yeah, you could have just, it was for anyone who doesn't know, it was Meyer Big Key Chest, I think. So,
yeah.
I mean, it sucks to go through cutscene, but you can just take that right to the big door. So.
Yeah. So there was a way to get it. Slow and inefficient, but manageable.
Yeah, definitely. It's, to be honest, probably just as bad as going to Big Chest or something. I mean, it's not quite as, it's a little bit longer than that, but they're similar.
We'll say that was a nice-ish TR as well, not having to go do right side.
Yeah, I had to
try
going for the hover. That was fun.
Yeah, I mean, I will say one of the other big things in this race was Amarith really got bullied in Turtle Rock tonight. Chomps and Pokies were just all over the place and did not let up.
Yeah, you can see that. It was, I don't know how the second Samaria shot of mine didn't hit the switch, and I wasn't paying attention to the actual trajectory, but I thought it hit, and then when it didn't and the chomp came right after me, I was like, oh. It was like one of those clenching moments. So luckily I dodged it and was able to get to the Poke room with full hearts or maybe 1 heart missing, so it wasn't too bad.
I think Amarith's dip into TR was without tempered as well, so that made that.
Well, it was without tempered for either of them. I think it was
both?
without master, even for because Moogle, that was before you got master, right?
No,
did you have master already?
Yeah, so from Swamp I routed up to get my bombos, and the game only had 2 digs to it, so that felt right. Did Amarith get the one in Spike Cave?
She got Spike Cave and skipped Spiral.
Okay, all right. Yeah, so I didn't know if I would be able to get the Spike one, but when I was thinking through the route of Turtle Rock into Hookshot Spiral, that made a lot of sense, because of where the flute was, a mirror could just get me right back to the front. If it was on Laser Bridge, I may have done it differently, but yeah.
No, that seemed like a good route for it. I thought it was really effective, and then it, being able to save Hera for the end, that's always a nice piece to this mode if you can.
Yeah. Yeah, and I finally learned the good hair pot method. It's like one of the things, like if I don't have boots, it's like, oh crap, I gotta which pixel is it again? Because I still remember the old school one.
Yeah, the old double pixel perfect methods.
Yeah.
But Amarith dropping in on Ganon here. Nice double spin. I think we just missed that 1-1. Down to 1 heart here, entering into phase 2.
You love a good quarter speed heartbeat.
Amarith waiting out the start of phase 3 there to be a little bit safer. But yeah, I do believe this was a last-minute reschedule. I think the race was supposed to be tomorrow night, was it?
Yeah,
you moved it?
I was traveling on vacation, and I was supposed to get back Friday evening, so we scheduled it for tomorrow. But I ended up flying back a little bit early, so I was like, "Hey, you still want to do it Friday night? I'm down." And she was like, "Yeah, sure, let's do it."
Nice double. And probably a double here. Nice job.
Yes. And it looks like Amarith's going to go for a little bit of swag. Might not have hit it, but we are joined now by Amarith as well. GG's.
GG, Amarith.
GG.
Oh, that was a fun one.
Tell us how you
And
really
yeah.
feel.
The
I
official
really
race
feel.
time for Amarith tonight, a 1:23.50.
Yeah, that was a seed, huh?
Oh, it was pretty good. I liked it.
I like the whole mirror and pod hammer and in Graveyard Ledge,
Yeah.
and then the flippers and Skullwoods with the fire rod and swamp combo. Like that was nice.
You just go everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eventually
Both
the
your
seal
fast
makes
travel
sense.
items in inconvenient locations.
Yeah.
My
Did you
favorite part
farm
was that
money
the,
early on?
I did a tree pull when I got to about Hype Cave because I was like, oh yeah, I kind of need pod money. That's where I'm going right now.
Yeah.
I was like, oh right, tier 3 is Red Rupee. I can sort of make that work. My favorite part of the seed though was that about 14 minutes into the study with 1 minute left, I was like, oh right, I should probably look at where the swords are.
Oh no. Yeah, they were in interesting locations. I was on Fighter Sword for quite a while. The seed kind of routed a little bit nicely after Swamp to get the Master Sword off at Dig Game into the Bombos for TR.
Yeah, I want to see how the time difference played out aside from execution, just because my ultimate decision was to go to the mountain before hitting Swamp to get the silvers, get the everything that was up there. I'm trying to even remember what was all up there. The flute, that was it.
Oh yeah, the key logic in TR allowed you to play it out, so you did not need the fire rod. Am I remembering that correctly?
Yep, every single key was in the front, I believe.
So did you go in there with no fire rod?
Correct.
Oh, okay.
I was like, I think that might rat out better, but then I died in chain chomps like 4 times, and I was like, okay, pizza time.
That explains that. You're like, just saw that, and then you immediately went for the slice. I'm like, man, I could go for some right now.
Like, I need some consolation food to calm me down. Like, this is a little bit too much tilt happening right about here. But that was pretty fun. No boots for the entire seed.
Yeah, it was a bit of a pain. I know this is speed gaming, so I mouthed a few swears that I'm sure everyone picked up on, but
Oh, I considered making some gestures too, so.
Oh crud, I just realized I'm the kind of person who does make those gestures.
Yeah, Moogle, we caught your head shake in spike room on the way up the climb when you're like, oh yeah, I can sprint.
yeah, so dumb. I'm like, I have boots. What am I doing? I'm walking out of this room. Luckily, I didn't go like the whole climb without remembering. But yeah, that not doing that room properly was stupid.
Well,
Now I will.
this feels
just-
like a. Oh,
sorry.
go ahead. Yeah, go
I
ahead.
was just gonna
Jesse.
say, Amarith, just so we're clear, because you have a lot of input and running all the things going on. Is there a reseed after this now that all the plans are done, or is this
It's going in exactly as you see it. So, like,
okay?
I'm sorry, Jesse, but you are stuck with going up against, I think, Wally.
Wall kicks. I mean, I'm okay with this. This is fine. I was just curious from like Moogle's standpoint, who gets Relkin.
Relkin.
Pug,
trade you,
please.
Jibble, come on. He's not that bad. One of the previous SGL winners, just nothing to worry about.
Have any one of you raced Andy before?
You got him.
All right.
Just hope that there's not something on East Death Mountain that he can hover for early.
Monka ass.
Yeah, I had the
But
pleasure
yeah.
of playing Relkin last year. We played Spoiler Pilot quite a bit in the finals. So I'm sure he wants to face off against me in this one.
Were you first rounders last spoiler tournament too?
We faced off fairly early. Yeah, I can't remember. It probably was the first round. No, sorry, second round. Yeah, I made it to the second round, and then he knocked me out, and then I think he beat me twice. I don't know, something like that. It wasn't fun.
I can go look that up. Give me a second. Sorry, I was busy putting in the bracket so that way that's updated for everybody, so we can actually say, "Hey, this is the bracket."
Oh, has it? Okay.
And then this is what it'll actually look like, so you can actually look at what the losers bracket will really look like.
Yeah, we do have all the first round matchups now. We've got Gamma Chew versus Hydra Power, Flip Heel, and Vortex, who played their game already today. I believe Flip Heel took that, so Vortex is one of the first
Whoa,
ones.
spoilers.
Sorry.
What? I didn't hear that.
Spoiler attorney.
You got
Relkin
great
and
matches coming
Moogle.
up.
Yeah. Telethar and Shady Force, Andy, and of course Power to Mario, Wall Kicks, and myself. Hey, did you know that if the winner of Andy Power to Mario plays the winner of Wall Kicks me? Yeah. Gem versus Specky Specs, and rounding out that top 16, we got Humbug versus Matt7898. So yeah,
Right.
great
I'll
tournament.
I'll see you round 2, Jesse.
Yep.
Yeah, Relkin and Moogle, you guys played in the first round of last year.
First round, okay. I remember I did win one. Was that Aussie in the second round or in the losers bracket first round then?
Yes.
Okay.
So I can go find where that bracket is.
And
somewhere.
then I think Relkin beat me again after that.
You made it to the losers
Something like that.
2 against Shady Force.
Shady, okay.
So yeah, there will be plenty of races for this tournament getting restreamed the rest of the way out. As we said, it is a best of one double elimination tournament. So winners bracket, losers bracket kind of are notations throughout from here. And we do see Amarith CR 67. Amarith, you needed to fluff just a little harder tonight.
I know that's if you saw my reaction at the end of the at the room, because Emo Tracker tells you what your collection rate was. I was like, crap, I was too short. Just a little more.
I mean, I have to say, there were some great little meme strats. Was that purposeful, setting up the Vidi drops?
Yeah, then I just wanted to make sure that I had the extra arrows.
Yeah, that was nice.
Anything you can show out on Restream is just fun, so...
Yeah. But yeah, I don't think we have anything else tonight. Mario, you got anything?
No, thank you both for racing, Moogle and Amarith. Picks. I don't think we mentioned picks the entire time. I feel bad.
No,
Or
did not pick early
at the very beginning. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Picks did a great job.
Picks Caliber, thank you for tracking. Thank you for
putting
joining
this
at short
together.
notice too. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for putting it together last minute. Really appreciate it.
But yeah, I don't think we have any other races scheduled right now for this tournament, so those will be coming on the schedule soon. And we'll get plenty of spoiler open. And of course, there are plenty of other tournaments going on associated with both Speedgaming Live as well as numerous other tournaments. In terms of the Link to the Past randomizer side, I will say we have the Hybrid Major Glitches tournament happening. It's getting a lot of restreams here. The Casual Boots tourney is about to enter into its bracket stage, so expect some more restreams there. And of course, the normal slew of daily races that occur. The next one of those will, of course, be the Sunday Open Weekly at 5:30 Eastern Time. So with that, I think we're going to call it tonight. Once again, thank you, Amarith and Moogle, for putting on a great race. Mario, it's been a pleasure. Pixcalibur, thank you so much. And thank you to everybody at SG4.
See you, Speed Gamers, later. Have a good night.